Oh, hello, my lovers. Happy Sunday, or good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to Auto Love TV. I'm MJ from Auto Love, and I'm wanting to do just a little bit of just an intuitive tarot, just a tiny little intuitive tarot for you guys on this happy Sunday. It's actually quite it's like a lovely Sunday kind of day because it's kind of windy out there. It feels a little bit stormy, so I don't know why. I like it on a Sunday when it's a bit stormy because it like permissions me that extra little bit to just stay cozy all day, basically. Like, stay in your PJs, you know? Snuggle down, even though I've been up since 5 in the morning. And I got in at like 3. I did endeavor to sleep. Ooh, boys and girls. There is some major wand energy, fast moving, creative, passionate, fire sign energy, all day. That is Sagittarius, Leo, and Aries. It feels like there might be a new beginning and an opportunity to travel. This is for Sunday. This is a daily live, by the way, and it's general. So just, take it in your humble stride. There's an energy of coming out of defensiveness and or protecting yourself. Some of you guys might be seeking advice around a situation where you feel like you have to protect yourself. I'm hearing something about there could be dealings with your finances. There could be conversations that you need to have regarding finances. Like, I don't know, going to a financial advisor or having a little chill chat with your accountant, or things like this. Or maybe you're gonna go talk to your you're gonna go talk to your boss about getting a raise, or just something like that. Hey Melvin, how are you, my friend? Woohoo! This is the 9. The 9, fire. The 8, holy shazbot, my friends. And the Devil. There definitely is a freedom break on some level, it feels like. King of Swords reversed. There's the 8 of Wands, but the 8 of Wands is in reverse, so it makes me think there's this is slower moving energy, which I feel intuitively some of you guys have actually been anticipating this transition, this movement, this feels like a weird. It feels like a sort of ongoing battle. But something you've been persistently and or diligently being standing your ground. No, this is me. No, this is me. This is me. And there's been the kind of fire off. People keep coming back at you, or they keep trying to they keep trying to use a different tactic to get what they want, and you're just holding your own, standing your ground. You're keeping your pentacles close to your chest. Some of you, I feel, are actually breaking out of a fairly deeply entangled codependency. But it feels like potentially with this King of Swords, somebody somebody who wants to steal your thunder, or it's not even so much the thunder as is they want to be you, and therefore they want to steal all your creative ideas. They don't feel very empowered in themselves, so they're using codependent tactic to kind of get at you. And I just get this thing, so no, you're standing your ground. This 9 of Wands with the Hermit energy, and then the 3 of Wands, going your own way, sticking to your insights, choosing your own creative spark, and then taking the time as and when you need to use Hermit mode. Huge energy of going in a new direction for you guys. going in a new direction, going on some travels, and just standing your ground when it comes to your inner commitment to your creativity and your worth, basically. Because there's like this 3 into the 4, so there's definitely an up level of some level. Hello. I know this is really intense energy. That's why I think tarot is quite fascinating, right? Hello. That's why I find tarot quite fascinating, because it's, well, especially on a daily live, it's just in general, right? It's literally just whatever energies are in the air, and or whoever this is meant for. So you guys know the score. If it's not resonating, it's just not resonating. But it does feel like this card is the one that's really shining out at me, which is like the travel card, the going in your own direction. And there's all this fire wand energy, ace, 3, 7, 8, 9. So there's a lot of creative fire, passion, movement, basically, right? And then that 3 of wands should actually like going on a journey. I feel, again, you're standing your ground with this. You might be getting some slow moving energy, but it feels like you're over it. You're like, okay, I've got all the advice I need. I know what I've got. I know what I want to do, and I'm just going to do it. Nothing and nobody's going to stand in my way of this new beginning. That's kind of the energy I'm getting. There's a lot of solitary energy here, if that makes sense. Yeah, there it is again. So some of y'all might really want to kind of be prepared. But this kind of energy has been coming up for a little while now, as far as like, I think one of the insights I got recently was like, it's all refining the point of attraction. As in all the stuff that appears out of our control, all the stuff that like has kind of blindsided our path ahead, has all been like refining the desired outcome, the feeling, desire of how we really want this next phase to unfold. It's not that anything's wrong or bad with us. We're just wanting to get clear on that. And for some of you, this traveling energy, this going on adventures, it's like this adventure for the final piece kind of thing. And that's something you're definitely wanting to do. Now, this schizophrenia card has come up, and this is the energy over here, I feel, with those of you who potentially are entangled and or like going through some kind of divorce, because there's the leaving the advice behind, slow moving communication, and the King of Swords in the reverse, which makes me feel like there's just been a kind of issue that you've been having to address. And for some reason, I just feel like it's this King of Swords getting the cut. They're not going to come at you anymore. The deal is done, kind of thing. The papers are signed. But I feel that schizophrenia card is essentially like, I think there's been a huge phase of feeling as though you're pulled apart, feeling as though you're being pulled apart. And then with the traveling card, in fairness, it's almost as if this is the break now. This is the break to really like let go of the past and jump into the future, sort of thing. Jump into your new beginning. Come out of the hermit mode. Use that creative spark. Stand your ground if that's how you're feeling about it. Cut the weight, cut the ties, cut the losses, and really step into yourself. This harmony card comes up quite a bit, and I do love it. It's quite playful. Hey everybody, welcome. It's quite a playful energy. Whenever these come up in private readings, I often advise like look at the dolphin totem. Look at dolphin energy as a symbol guide. You know, the harmony energy to me is obviously also symbolic of endings, beginnings. You know, the one is here, we're starting this new start. At the same time, we're kind of coming into this feeling of completion with regards to the cycle. Harmony, right? It's like making peace with our past, making peace with all the cycles we've been through, and like firmly choosing our desired outcome, right? Firmly choosing who it is we are and what it is we're taking with us. So we are definitely moving that direction with the travel card here. And with all this fire energy, this is transformation, baby. This is transformation. This is moving up in pentacles. This is looking at and or addressing codependency, possibly with this King of Swords. King of Swords is a air, right? Gemini, Libra. Aquarius. So that air energy, plus there's an approaching Gemini full moon. I'm sure that air is, mental. It would have a lot to do with communication. That's that stronghold I'm getting. Because the Three of Pentacles is often about seeking advice externally. I actually feel like this little area over here is sort of talking about that's for some of you relevant, that we're not going to be seeking advice externally anymore. King of Swords in reverse, like somebody always looking for the answers in somebody else. I feel like you're coming into your own. You're coming into kind of holding space for who you are and what it is that you have and what it is that you're desiring to create. Because again, we can't really truly create our desires if we think we have to kind of be attached. So some of you, this could be the end of a relationship. For some of you, it's more about a shifting of where you place your power. If you've been accustomed to putting your power outside of yourself, I feel like this is an integration over the advice, pretty much. Yeah. Well, and that I feel that as well. It can be like we do that. We repeat. We go over. Is it this? Is that? Is that? And like after a while, you have to. It's like, yeah, it is. If that's what you want it to be. If we're these, astrology, tarot. It can be interesting. It can be fun. It can be entertainment. There can be absolute relevant insight to our journey. Always, obviously, but good and bad. Light and dark, the contrast, right? It helps us to continue to specify those desires. But I came across something, I think, this morning about that as well. Saying something really fascinating about this idea of you create your own reality. But then it was this thing about how you want to create your own reality, but then as soon as it doesn't work out in the timing that you think it's meant to be, you give up on it. Or it's something like the business isn't down to you, the timing isn't down to you. So all of our little hiccups along the way, all the contrasts along the way to this, that, or the other is actually still refining our sense of self. It's refining our sense of desire for, especially because, let's face it, we do, as a humanity, we tend to work in cycles. We have these year-long cycles, we have month-long cycles. And for those of us, we're working in various timelines. So it's all that really means is shape-shifting ourselves to be more of what we desire. So the awareness of timelines is just really an awareness of your own consciousness and what you're thinking about, what you're feeling in any given moment. And can you drop certain projections while you're in them? It's powerful and dynamic, and it's a continual practice, right? We never get there, and it never ends, so we can't get it wrong, that kind of thing. So y'all, this card then came out, and I feel this is so relevant for so many of us continually, is to share. And this is relevant to me as far as sharing our gifts with the world, sharing our insights with the world. And I'm really getting this infinity symbol about the sharing is the receiving. So it's we want to share what we like to give. Teaching best what we most need to learn. I feel that sometimes in my own sharing was that I really decided all those years ago, 2012, when I started sharing on YouTube, it was those big old inner moments of getting over the self. There's no perfection that we're meant to achieve and then we can start our life purpose. It's the impulses of doing what is uncomfortable or fearful or oh, who am I to blah blah, because I'm not all that bullshit that kind of chops us all up, right? Rather than just being I'm all chopped up and I don't care, I'm just gonna express I'm just gonna share what I want to share. And for some people, the sharing might be, I don't know, sharing your special connection to cats, or sharing sharing your insights, sharing yourself. Maybe for some of you, it's sharing your possessions. Maybe for some of you, you're holy mother, I have so much stuff. Maybe I could give it away, right? And so, sharing does include sharing money, sharing stuff, sharing smiles. But more relevant to this channel and the nature of the stuff that we share and talk about is being yourself and sharing that joy with the world, basically, and sharing your sadness with the world if that feels like the most divine expression in any given moment. Continuous, that those two, the journey rather than the destination, and the journey is the destination. There we go. It's those sort of complex, it's like those human complexities of which came first, or do we hear a tree fall if no one's in the forest to hear it? There, it's ongoing, right? Shared burden. I don't know what that is, my darling. The journey rather than, oh, a shared burden. Sharing. Yeah. Sharing the burden can sometimes, that's certainly, which I openly share with you here. There's days it's just like I just am feeling a bunch of gunk and want to express it. Expressing, sharing, thinking of expressing the milk. Get rid of it, right? Express it, share it. Being in that space of holding space for the self rather than attacking. It's safer to express versus attacking unconsciously other based on our reactivity. I do want to talk more about the emotional body based on insights from the Fearless Life Guide and just recent observations as well in the world. Maybe the journey, and then back to the journey rather than, and then the journey is, yeah. And the counterintuitivity of this stuff, and or the paradoxical encapsulation is like, think of like the infinity symbol and realizing that it's ongoing. So where is the destination? There is none, except for like, you are it always and forever. And so like, that's an uncovering, isn't it? It's like a in the present moment uncovering of the moment is now, and the moment is now, and like this moment here is the destination. And yet in our contextual constructed reality as a human mind, we have A to B. How cool is that? That's, I guess, part of the factor of our being in these bodies and having experienced and have an awareness of separation consciousness is like, otherwise it would just be a big blob of energy. But because we're in the vessels and we're directing consciousness and directing thought, it's like, it makes the journey more fun, I'd say. Yeah, I've been thinking about that quite a bit lately, is like the more fun factor. I'm like, oh my God, have I just done this for like like a thrill? Like, oh, ooh, risky. And like, but then in the moment you're like, oh my God, wait, fuck it up. Like, you choose your own reality. Fuck you. Yes, now. Hey Scott, how are you, my friend? Hannah. So some of you guys know I went out last night, and I ended up having like a 4 or 5 hour nap in the early evening hours, as in like 4 o'clock until about 8:30. Got up, had coffee, and then hung out with my roommate, and then I went out at like 11, and I got to the venue where I've never been before, because some of you guys know I moved to a new city, and so like all these places that I'm venturing are new to me, and I'm like, I don't know, fresh, like I just woke up, basically. Had like my morning coffee at midnight. And I went to this place, and it was like not even like happening yet, if you know what I mean, like the actual dance. And then it opened up, and I wasn't vibing it. And then we went to a different place, and I was vibing it a bit more, but I didn't have a full-blown dance routine. I don't know what I'm saying, but like, I never, when the music takes you, it never happened to me. So I didn't quite hit the going out stride, but no, it wasn't good enough. It wasn't saucy enough. It wasn't juicy enough for the like, it was. And the person I was with, he basically was like, oh, so you like lighter music? And in my awareness, I'm like, well, yeah, I like music with like a little bit of journeying in it, not just like like this kind of bass tone where like everybody's just like and like, and then there's the next song. I just was like, oh, this I gave it a fair shot. I was probably there for like a half an hour just listening to song after song, and there'd be moments of like, maybe this is going somewhere, and then it just wouldn't, and I'd be like, okay, I'm not like other people that look like they're coming up on ecstasy. They might have a great time with this. Me, sober MJ over here, not digging on it. Like, but we went to another place that had like kind of bungle reggae and like some MCs, and they were good, and I enjoyed that. Except for the only difference there was that it's quite a small environment, and like nearing the end of the night, people are getting more tipsy, and so their spatial awareness goes out the door. So me, like, just being mega aware of everything everyone around me, and then other people just like bumping into you, and you're like, the rage. Like, I'm just like just breathing, basically thinking, can I go now? Yeah. And like, I gave it a fair shot though. Anyway, that was me sawing at my hair. Just saying. I'm like, there's nothing I can do now. It's just, I mean, there's plenty I can do. I just, it is what it is. I guess what I'm saying is there's nothing I can do. The video has begun. I'm 20 minutes into a video. MJ, your hair is what it is, and it's been like this for 20 minutes. Anyway, back to the reading. So we had the sharing bit. Let's start to close her down, lovers. I am ready to be ready to be ready to be ready. This. Anyone? I think this is what we're stepping into, my lovers. In truth, the illusion that we've chosen, obviously. It's been years in the making, lifetimes possibly. Come on, hook it up. That's the inner eye vision, transformation, symbolic of the butterfly. We know we're transforming, we're cutting shit out. And to be honest, with all the fire present in this reading, Kara, my lovers. With all the fire in this reading, there's some mega, that was me fiery. Fire. We're in it. We're in the fire transformation. That's all I got to say about that. So with all these wands, I would just and with the overall energy of the reading, I would say really stand your ground, stand your personal knowing, stand in it, be it, trust it. Let messages come in, sense of discernment. Some of you are definitely got some traveling on the cards, a little bit of a storyline over here of either end of a relation and or end of an not unconscious because you're making it conscious, but an end of a cycle of kind of always giving your power or seeking advice from other. And the way I do that, the disempowered element is if you're seeking the advice, something in you feels like you don't know for self, right? And then you're really owning. I feel this is just a strength of taking responsibility and doing what you know you need to do for you, and not taking no bullshit from other. And not, again, the untangling any of that energy of like, do you know? Can you fix it? Can you fix it? That kind of stuff. Not that that's what we are here, but you know what I mean? Sometimes we can have these little undertones playing out in us that you're like, oh, I didn't realize you were there, except you're fucking there. And then as soon as it manifests more full blown, you're like, oh, hi. Yeah, I haven't dealt with that little thread, have I? I'm still running away from that big time. Okay. And, fire, transformation, journeying, traveling. Some of you, I feel with all this fire, there could be some unexpected, like, whoa, I didn't see that coming, and what have you. Cutting loose old energy, transforming patterns, and then this energy over here is basically like, if there's any doubt, just go within. Trust your creative wisdom. Trust where the light is guiding you. You're ready to, there's the sense of like, you're ready to be who you are, basically. You're ready to like step out of the hermit mode and into this. So this is a bit different. This is like the hermit going within to find the light, and this somebody is like walking toward the light. Like, or and even more, walking in the light. Like, let's walk in the light, shall we? Balance within the self. Yeah, and those are the practices, right? Divine sight. So it's like that's why we meditate. That's why we do the conscious movement. That's why we do the relaxation. That's why we spend time in sacred solitude. Harmony, inner vision, heart. Those are your guidance systems, not other people's advice necessarily. Again, great to support each other, great to love each other, great to hold space for one another. But at the end of the day, or in that moment, you have to make the choice for yourself. You have to walk through the finish line by yourself, and although I'm thinking, but we can all hold hands, you guys. But we do energetically, vibrationally. I think that's another big piece as well that I'm feeling into recently, is like trusting the support system. And then reminding ourselves that we are allowed to be supported. It's safe to be here, you're allowed to be supported, and you're allowed to be exactly who you are, and you're allowed to have everything that you want from being that being that you are, Should I style? Should I go? God. So that was me today. I really felt like doing a little daily live for all you lovers, 11 and 2. But now it's Sunday, like I said, the kind of all the like it's funny because I want it to be a bit stormy, but the sun is, and like there's like blue skies peeking out, and normally people, like, when they see overcast skies, are like, ooh, clouds. I'm like, ooh, blue sky, stay cloudy, stay mystical. Anyway, so yeah, have a really restful and enjoyable and like deeply luxurious Sunday, my lovers. I'll look forward to speaking to Live Share crew in the next 24 hours. And otherwise, you guys, you know the score. If you want to book private readings, feel free to do so. If you want to book coaching sessions, feel free to do so. If you want to buy some online courses, I got to say, I'm at a point now where I actually think that Unplug for Freedom might be my fave. I think Unplug for Freedom, I don't know, they're all pretty badass if I'm tooting my own trumpets. But the Unplug piece, I'm like, fuck, because I'm doing all the research and like the writing for it. So I'm like, oh my God. Yeah. Unplug, people, unplug. The media channels do not have your interest at heart. They don't care about you, even though they might, but they don't actually. It's just all messed up. Anywho, yeah. Hey, Pepe, thank you. I need to sort out my lighting and my hair. I'm not gonna lie. Part of me just wants to let it grow out. Part of me, how do I get here? How do I end up? This happened. Was it yesterday or 2 days ago, where I was Blab Festeroni, and one of our regular viewers was like, "Oh, this is the bit where MJ says goodbye and then talks for like another 45 minutes." But I'm not going to do that today. Why? Because I want to finish watching Isn't It Romantic with, what's her name? Oh, Blast. I can't remember the actress's name. She's an Australian blonde who's in Pitch Perfect, the movie with. I'm so tuned into the media. Of course, I know who all the celebs are because I'm reading all the trash bags, except I'm not at all. But I should know her name because I just started watching this movie. Anyone? Blonde Australian chica? I feel like she has like a cool name, like Klondike or something like that. Okay, that's it for me, you guys. I know who you're talking about, but I can't think of the name. What's her name? Fucking jeez. Don't. Oh, I almost said so much naughtiness that I'm so glad that I caught myself. Like, no. You don't want to say that. That's not nice, is it? No, don't say that. Okay, thanks, Lori. That was nice. Plus, you have like, no, it's not Renee Zellweger. Zeweller. Someone's gonna Google it. Or is MJ gonna Google it? Maybe. just so we can sleep at night, you guys. Just so we can sleep at night, okay? Who's gonna? Now I'm gonna knock you out. Why do I have that song in my head? This shouldn't be that difficult, but it is because I'm not a wizard when it comes to like. I'm still researching. I bet one of you has already looked it up. Rebel Wilson. That's her name. See, I knew it was cool. I knew it was like Klondike. Rebel Wilson. Oh, I randomly saw a chica who, it was somebody's forum, post. I saw someone's post, and they had a post from somebody named, and I don't know this person. This was just like a random admin person, but her name was Molly Wilson, and it was Mollie. I don't know if you guys know. Sometimes people call Molly with an IE at the end rather than I. And I looked at that name, Molly Wilson. I was like, that's a star name. You guys, if any of you been in the performance arts world, basically you have something called like a stage name. It's like my pen name as an author is MJ. MJ Robertson. But actors can pluck names out of thin air and be even more cool, kind of thing. And I just thought Molly Wilson was a badass name. And then I'm just remembering, Rebel is also Bedows. Maybe you said Picture Perfect. Oh, Picture Perfect is with Aniston. Jennifer Aniston. I know all the Friends actors, FYI. So that makes me special. So that Pitch Perfect is Jenny Aniston, and Rebel Wilson is from Pitch Perfect. It's that choir, jazz hands type of movie, but quite funny, actually, quite good. And Renee Zellweger is actually in a new series that I've also tapped into. Not as much loving it, but there you go. Anywho, see, I managed to talk on for about 8 minutes after I said I was going to shout out. Bye-bye, everybody. Have a great day, everybody. Hi, Kaja. Welcome, all you newbie lovers. I'm MJ. Welcome to Out to Love TV. Acapella groups. That's Pitch Perfect. And they dance. They dance and sing, and they beatbox. And they're like way too cool for school. I mean, like, could you imagine if like we had those acapella groups in high school? What is life? What has become of the world? Nobody knows. That's the thing. Like, I think everybody, even like world leadership, are just like, what the fuck? What we're supposed to do with this bullshit? And everyone's like, I don't know. The economy's fucked, or food. People are waking up. They can't fucking lie all the time. So yeah. Oh, you guys. And right. Okay, I'm out for, because I've still got my leg warmers and my PJs on. So I'm gonna go basically chill for the rest of the day because I don't think I'm gonna get much writing done. I managed to get halfway through the course though. So I've managed to write the first lesson, which is all about meditation and relaxation for the Unplug for Freedom. So yeah, check out the Be the Change courses, and hook up some Be the Change love for your lovers, as in like your family members and people like that, because spread love, obviously. Choose love. Night, everybody. Yeah, sleep well. Peace out. Love you loads. Have a great day, and I love and appreciate all of you. Peace out, no flow.